Okay. Welcome everyone to the September 19th meeting for Chimes and Lights. Today is an update. Various people have something to share about our December 3rd event. Actually, I think we're going to start with you, Janine. I think you've got some good news.
All right, so let me pull up my email here.
Okay.
So I'll start off with a quick question. So I did get somebody asking me, just because of issues with ornaments walking away and trees walking away in the last couple of years. Once people are done decorating their tree, should they take a photo and send that to us
Yes.
to have on hand?
Oh,
Okay.
absolutely.
Perfect.
That only makes sense. Yes.
Okay, so
And the judge team actually, I think the last 2 years did use photos of trees that had been damaged or ornaments stolen or something.
Okay, perfect. So, and I can go ahead and do a quick Facebook post for the Chimes and Lights page and also send it out to the people who have already submitted their application to sponsor a tree. And so as people come through, I'll let them know.
Yes.
Janine?
Yes.
Janine, I know I've said this before to Cindy, but you know, I still see tons of people who don't wire their ornaments or stuff onto the tree.
Oh,
it takes extra time, but it makes a huge difference.
absolutely.
So,
Okay.
I mean, they really need to wire their ornaments. I wire my lights on, I wire all of it on. And I've had a couple little things go away, but not much.
Perfect.
So
Okay.
it's really the only.
Or twist ties or something, just so they can't grab stuff on so easily.
Yeah, I've used twist ties. I just get some real thin wire and wire cutters, and as I putting them up, I just cut off pieces and wire. I wear the bows. I wear everything.
Yep, I encourage barbed wire so that if they're going to go after the ornaments, they're going to get.
Well,
and maybe electric shock also.
I was just going to say electric shock.
'Tis the season to be merry.
Yeah, but really stress that they should wire their stuff. It takes, you know, I mean, I do the tree by myself and it takes a little while, but if they've got helpers, it's not going to take a whole lot longer and they'll be a lot safer.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, nope, that's a good idea. So I'll go ahead and get that information out there too. I think that's, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, thanks, Corinne.
Have we sold any trees yet?
Yeah, yes. Actually, in the last 2 or 3 days, I think we got a couple out there. So I think as of today, we have about 12 or 13 sponsored, and it looks like they're starting to come in quicker now that summer is unofficially over. Sorry.
Yeah, Janine, I have to ask you again. Did I send mine in for the market?
Oh, let me check. Let me check and I'll get back to you on that one.
And then I have another application sitting here right now. So that'll be one more for the Polaris Theater. So.
Oh, cool.
I have to put out an application for Fathoms too for our normal tree.
Nice.
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to have too much of a problem getting our trees.
And Seroptimus, Janine, the one from Seroptimus, that if you'd send that, email that to me with that same little place, that'd be great too. Thank you.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Let's see how many more. Let's get showered Janine with requests. Can you keep up?
I can, Cindy, I can do it. Bring it on.
She's just so capable. Dang it.
So yep, I will so I'll go ahead and put, I'll check Corinne and get back to you, and then I'll send you guys the application and get you on the same place that you had last year on the list and update the website. Yeah, definitely. Sorry, Flynn, it's okay. Come here. And another thing was we were talking about the Port of Bremerton and then the Marina customers and what happened, like if their parking permits, if they were relocated during the event. So I reached out to Kathy Garcia, and her response is, historically, we have not relocated our Marina customers with parking permits. We do inform them that they are not able to come and go with their vehicles when the street is closed. Some choose to park at the boat launch if they have someplace to be. And she says, I hope this answers your question, but let her know if there's any additional questions.
Okay, you know what? That's the same with employees behind the buildings or vendors. They may park there. It's just that they're not going to have the flexibility of leaving after 3 o'clock, I believe it is. It's 3 to 7:30, I think.
I believe so, yeah, for the street closures. Yep.
Yeah, and you know, the police were pretty adamant about not having moving traffic while there's pedestrians through there. So as long as we post that information, I think we're fine and they can stay parked there. It's not a real long period of time.
Correct, yeah. And I mean, most of them, I'm sure I've been through this before where they kind of, I mean, I know with COVID and everything, things have changed a little bit, but so perfect. I'll just let Kathy know we're good to go on this end.
Okay.
And so the other, sorry, I don't know if you can hear whining. The other thing I had was I was talking.
Whoa, that was the alien
That was
weird.
that hangs out in Port Orchard. Yeah.
I'm thinking so.
I think
Okay.
they want a tree.
I was just gonna say they
Doesn't
want a
need to have
tree.
any power.
Yeah.
They've got their own power. Yeah.
I'll put a hold in for them.
Okay.
So the other thing was regarding, I know at the last meeting we had talked about the foot ferry service and the bus service. So in Cindy, you had mentioned you talked to John, and the last bus route is between the 4:30, 5:30 time, which would work out perfect for Santa and the band and people, you know, to go through to the gazebo. They did say though that the foot ferry service does continue to run for 2.5 hours after the end of bus service in Port Orchard. So I wasn't sure. So it looks like it looks like the foot ferry is going till 7:30. So it'll be going until the end time. So I didn't know if there was a way to, sorry, let me go back. I did reach out to the police department and the utilities because I wasn't sure who was in charge of those parking stations downtown.
Yes.
Maybe to, you know, to put notes on there, or, you know, maybe something pops up with this information and I just haven't heard back yet.
Okay.
So yes, it looks like, yeah, the foot ferry is going to run 2 hours, so until 7:30. And I didn't know if we wanted to wait on direction or if there's anything we need to do about that.
I think what we should do is have John post notices that foot ferry users will not be able to drive any closer than wherever. And I would think that corner of Bay and Sydney, you know, they could be dropped off there, but they're not going to be able to take vehicles or have vehicles drop them off closer to the foot ferry. That's 1 block. So people can walk that 1 block to get to the foot ferry, and probably are anyway. So I don't think there'll be any issue with that at all. It's just noticing people to let them know that they can't drive closer than that 1 block to
Definitely,
access the foot
yeah.
ferry. But most of it, I mean, they'll be on foot anyway. So I don't think it's an issue, but it's an awareness. It's letting people know ahead of time. Hey, Kathleen.
Absolutely.
Hi. Hey, you're muted. Go ahead and unmute.
There we go. Hi. Emmett should be here. We didn't have the Zoom link for whatever reason in the calendar invite, so I found it in the minutes though, or in the agenda.
Okay, sorry about that. We were, Kathleen, just real quickly to bring you up, the trees are starting to be sponsored. Corrine encouraged wiring. And the big thing is taking a photo of the tree once it's decorated so that it can be judged off of a photo in case there's any kind of vandalism, which we're saying is not going to happen this year.
That's a good idea though.
Yeah. It's a very good idea. Also, the foot ferry is going to be going 2.5 hours after the bus service stops. And what all we're going to do is, as far as parking is concerned, anyone who's parked where the parking lots end up being closed must stay in place from that 3 to 7:30 window. They cannot take their cars out, and but that allows employees and vendors to keep their autos back there. And the Port of Bremerton, they're just going to be sending notices like we are that if there are people who are parked there from the port, they just have to stay there, wait till after the 7:30 opening again to move their vehicles.
Okay.
I think that actually goes over pretty well.
Yeah,
with
it's
most
better
people.
than towing.
Yeah, right. So that kind of that's pretty much what we've talked about so far. Let's see, where else are we? So, I know that the big tree has been found. So that's going to be in place in November. You guys, Do you see how close that is? Isn't that just remarkable? It's coming up so soon. Let's see what else. Janine, do you have anything else? Is that pretty much it?
That's the newest updates. I'm still waiting on a couple other things, but I didn't want to report back until I heard back. So as of right now, that's what I have.
And Janine and city staff worked on the route for the band in Santa, and that has been pretty much worked out. And I think that's Frederick Street, isn't it, Janine, that we were talking about? The fire truck, Santa, the band heading down Frederick Street, and most of the band members then will head off and do their thing. Santa will continue on to the gazebo at Waterfront Park. So that has been worked out and cleared with the police, which is huge. So that was great news. We're starting work on that flyer, and I'm waiting on information. They're supposed to get back to me very soon with pricing on advertising. So Janine, I'll be back in touch with you on that one.
Okay.
And we have found our honorary tree lighter. And I'm not going to say who it is yet, but it's somebody who's been esteemed in our, who has done a lot in our community for a long time and is not in the best of health. So hopefully this person will be able to step up to the plate, and I'll let you know before everyone else knows, but we're still waiting on just a little bit more information. Let's see, Santa can't wait to come back. Santa and Mrs. Claus, very excited. Gary Graham sent a note just about a week ago and said, he's got so many people interested in participating in this, so maybe one of the largest attended band events in a while. So I think we're going to have a very busy street, and that's going to be so much fun. And he knows about the Scottish theme. So I said, could you come up with something kind of fun? Any bagpipey stuff, or you could fake it. So he's all set with that. We've talked about the parking for band members and where they can get off with their instruments and enter into the street to be safe.
Cindy,
Yes,
is Rob going to wear his kilt?
absolutely.
Okay.
But
hope
we're
so.
not sure about what's going to be underneath, though.
Okay.
I am not sure on that one, and I will be not be the one looking. No. Karine, maybe that's your job.
Okay.
Yes, I think we're going to encourage as many people who want to, male and female, to wear kilts. Go for it. Plaids, yes. So I think that's going to be actually a lot of fun. A dance team parent from the high school had approached me about having the dance team dance in front of the band. We hadn't considered that. It's really dark when the band enters, and I encouraged her to consider next year. They weren't able to do anything during the day because of competition, but I just didn't feel very secure about having dancers in front of the band when we already have the crowds coming in with no lighting. I explained to her, there's no additional lighting on that band. It's dark. And it's kind of a crush of people. The band has to kind of work its way through. So that being in front of the band just didn't seem like a good idea, but participating in some form would be great if we had more notice. It's just that the team was tied up during the day. But we do have Irish dancers, Irish Scottish dancers dancing just prior to the tree lighting. So that'll be very fun. Yes, with the music. So before the chimes, there'll be the Irish dancers, and they're just beautiful dancers. So that's going to be fun. Let's see, what else? Library, any updates from you guys?
We have the magic show.
Yes.
And
And that's
Yeah.
Jeff Evans, right?
yeah, mhm.
Yes. And then I think that Emmett was saying that the crafts were going to start. Is it after the show?
No, we usually start the crafts in the morning. So
Oh, okay.
they'll be going at like 10.
Oh, they're
When
gonna
we
be
open.
at the same time as usual.
Yeah.
And how late will you be taking crafts, do you think?
I mean, what time is the magic show?
The magic show is at 3:30, I believe, although let me double check that before I say it wrong.
So we usually stop the crafts about a half hour before the show.
Okay. I'm gonna look up when we had it in the past. I thought it was a little before that, but let me see. And maybe it's not the same time this year. In the past, we've had 2 to 2:45 for the
Mhm.
magic show, but what time is it this year?
No, you were totally right. It's 2 to 2:45.
Oh, okay. So meaning that crafts should go 10 to 1:30, you guys?
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect.
And we're open till 7.
Okay. Are you gonna have goodies?
We'll have cookies. Yeah.
Okay, and do you want us to advertise that you are gonna have them?
No, that's okay. We can just have them.
Okay, I won't advertise. Okay. All right, let's see.
We haven't
Karen.
gotten, oh, I'm so
Oh,
sorry.
I'm sorry, go ahead, Emmon.
We haven't gotten final word from our last choir still. We're waiting on the high school choirs to let us know if they have a conflict or not and whether they're okay with their time slot. They hadn't mentioned anything earlier, so I'm hoping it'll be fine, but I need Mike to call me back.
So what time was that?
The time slot that we were trying for was, one moment again, come on, computer.
Okay, okay, you did talk to the attorney? Okay, good, okay.
3:45 to 4:10 was the time
3:45 to, okay,
suggested for them. And then if they don't have that, I have another choir who's waiting in the wings and is happy to do it. But I just need to get the final answer on that. And then you already know that the community chorale was unreachable.
yes. If anyone hears about them, their status, let us know, please. Emmon has not been able to hear a thing. They have not responded. Okay, Sharon, any updates from you?
No, not any real updates. We're working on some decorations for the gazebo that would be quick and easy to set up and take down. And one of my board members had talked about maybe putting in a couple fresh trees and decorating them. But I think that would be an awful lot of labor work to just put them up and then take them down. So we're not sure exactly how that's going to work yet. I will be contacting Larry to see what sleigh he wants to haul out. And in that direction, he most likely would park his vehicle to unload the sleigh and leave it there and then load it back up.
Okay.
If he chooses to do that. Last time he had the city haul the sleigh to the storage for the city, and then he picked it up from the city. So I just need to verify which way he wants to go this year.
Oh, okay.
And then there in that area, are we going to have some reserved parking because of us hauling down supplies and our vehicles being in that area? Are you going to block off any area for reserve parking?
How many stalls do you think you'd need, Sharon?
1, 2, 3, maybe 5.
I'll have to find out what's possible, okay?
Okay.
Right now, I don't know. And Janine, that's
Yes.
something we'll have to check into, okay? Yeah,
And-
I'm just not sure, but yeah, we'll work on that.
Okay, and because we're back at the gazebo again, will there be the hot cider area like they had before from that? I think it was a church that did that.
There is one church that's decided not to participate this year, and I will check on who that is and what they were doing. But I know we've had other volunteers, so we'll try to get somebody
Okay.
down there. We know we
Okay.
need them. And actually, it's got to be a group that's kind of prepared for a lot of people.
Right.
Mhm. Okay,
Exactly.
so treats down at that end.
Yeah,
We'll check into that.
okay.
So it was Heritage Foursquare Church that said they were not going to do that this year.
Okay. And what
Has
did
any,
they
has-
actually give out before Heritage?
On the spreadsheet, it lists free chili at Gazebo Marina
Oh,
Park.
yeah.
I
Okay,
don't
so-
think it was Heritage that did the hot cider. That name just isn't registering as doing the cider. And they were in a kind of like a silver van parked down there.
Okay. We'll check that out because we do need to have trees.
so if you haven't reached out to Kitsap House, they're a great downtown church.
Kitsap what? Can you say it again?
Kitsap.
Kitsap.
Kitsap House. And right offhand, I can't remember the gal's name, but they come to the POBSA meetings. They're members of POBSA. They're doing some pumpkin painting. They did last October. They're doing it for us again. Kathleen, do you remember their name? I
Yeah,
don't re-
I'm trying to. I know who the
There's
pastor
several of them, and
is.
they're
Yeah.
really, they're really helpful and really active. So I
Did
mean, they've
either
got
of
a
you guys
face.
send Janine a phone number or a link of some sort?
Yeah, I'll try to remember, but Janine, they have a Facebook page, Kitsap House. Their office is just up on Kitsap Street.
Oh,
Looking at an older
okay.
brochure.
Up on the hill?
No, it's in the old, isn't it the old, what's her name's old house?
Oh,
It's right next
yeah,
to
with
the
with a
child's
vault
house.
in it. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Heather's house.
Yeah, Heather's house.
Oh, yeah.
That's-
Okay.
Yeah. But I'll try to remember to send something to you, Janine.
Okay, thank you.
Cool. Yes, they are downtown and they're so involved. That's very cool. That's a good
They
idea.
are.
Sharon? Yeah.
I'm looking at an older brochure. This is back from 2012, and it's got refreshments by Calvary Church at the marina.
Calvary?
Calvary Church.
Okay. Well, this sounds like a good possibility too. We will check into where everybody's going to be and make sure that that gets distributed, but we definitely need something down there.
Okay, and
Okay.
refresh my memory.
Hmm?
Are we doing rocks that morning?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, yes.
'Cause I've
we'll do
got
that.
it on the court's calendar. I just have to make sure that I get it going.
Okay, and Sharon,
Uh-huh.
if the royalty is available, we'd love to have them on the main stage, please, during the lighting.
Okay. At the
And
light.
if Helene can handle it, if she could have a plaid, something or another,
If she can have what?
some kind of plaid on the girls. A
Plaid,
scarf
okay.
or something.
We have our board meeting tonight, so I'll hit her with that. She's
Okay.
having a grandbaby today. Her daughter's at the hospital now.
Oh,
Yeah, so she may not make our board meeting tonight, and
oh my
it is what
God.
it is, that grandbaby comes first.
Oh, absolutely.
I should say granddaughter.
Oh, they already know.
Yeah,
Cool. Okay.
first
very good.
child.
Oh, very special. Okay, let's see. Any other updates? Corinne, do you have anything more?
Well, no, I know we're supposed to be doing something with the coloring sheet. We haven't talked about that, so for POBSA,
Okay.
but, and you're going to talk about the pet parade too, right?
Well, you bet we are now.
Okay, because you've got Melanie on here, so her and I talked for a little bit today, so.
Let's do pet parade.
Yay,
Melanie,
so,
you-
yeah, so Melanie is here from Simply Irresistible. uh,
Oh, hi.
y- And has volunteered to help with the pet parade. So
Okay.
we're really excited about that. And I think we'll keep the route the same as we've had it in previous years. Although, do you know, is that Kitsap Bank a drive-through going to be blocked off at that time, do you think, with construction?
No, I don't think so. Not
No,
yet.
no.
No,
Mm-mm.
okay, so that's good news for us because that's a nice place to gather, Melanie, because it's like undercover, but kind of outside at the same time. So that's the perfect spot to set up the tables with the prizes and have everything, the registration right there. So
Okay.
So
that,
Melanie, do you have a crew? Are you looking for volunteers or how are you handling this?
Those are all really super fantastic questions. At this point, I have no idea, but help I have.
Okay.
Help I would accept, being that this is my first year doing it. I was talking with Corinne earlier and I said, my biggest thing, since this has been a thing for, so many years, I don't want to mess it up and I don't want to reinvent the wheel. So
Yep.
I am going to keep talking with Corinne about specific things. And for me, I guess what I need is I just need a list of what has been done in the past for, ribbons and prizes and giveaways and all of that kind of thing. And then as far as, where I need to send people who want to sign up, and is there a maximum number of dogs that can come? Because that's really important too. I don't know if we want to flood downtown Port Orchard with 500 dogs or we want.
That would be
They're all
great.
wearing kilts, it's okay. Yeah. Who handled all the nuts and bolts before, Corinne?
Well, I did. And then the chamber continued after I was gone and my daughter was involved in it. But I was going to ask Kathleen, I mean, the last couple of years it was done, I missed, well, we haven't done it for a couple of years, but then I was out of town. So
Yeah.
who did it the last,
So
in
we did it.
2018 and 2019?
Yeah, so POBSA, so me and
You.
Woodside and Woodside.
Oh,
We
yeah.
did it
Okay.
with Woodside,
Mhm.
yeah, veterinary. And there was one staff member there particularly that was really, really helpful and really sort of like had done a lot of dog shows before. So she brought like the professional awards, the ribbons, and had a good idea of how to organize it. So it was ran a little more smoothly, I guess. And but now she's no longer with Woodside and they have kind of said that they're not interested in, they don't have a staff to like help with it. Yeah. So thank goodness Melanie's stepping up to keep that kind of professional aspect to it. I think.
Well, maybe Kathleen, I was going to just make some notes of, how it was the first 5 years or so that we did it. And then you could make notes from the last couple of years and then share them with Melanie.
That sounds good. Yeah.
I mean, that's what you said, basically, Melanie. I mean, that would really help where to go and what to do next. But I think she does need some other, she'd like another person or so. I don't know if there's somebody else on POBSA that might want to do that. I don't know.
Somebody
I
has
have-
volunteered before.
I have somebody from the library that wants
Okay.
to help with it too.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Okay, and Melanie, I have on the schedule, at 4 to 4:30 is when the holiday Pooch and Purrs on Parade would have the registration. And that would be down in that site that Kareem was talking about, which is, we had always labeled it the Kitsap Bank drive-through. So 4 to 4:30 would be registration. And then 4:30 to 5 is when there would be a pet parade and the costume contest. So
Okay.
in that half hour.
Okay. And I am assuming that these people, there will be a link of a place that they can go to maybe pre-register so that we have a list of people who pre-register, and then maybe walk-ins could come at last minute if they wanted to, just to make it flow. Is that something that we
What do you
do?
think, Janine? Could we have that as part of the city website?
I can look into it. Yeah, let me look into it and see what I can do.
So
What about the Chimes and Lights website? Could it go on that?
Yeah, I think what it is trying to create the information to post to the website, because I know there's a way that you can go to our website and fill out an online application, and then the information is just sent to whoever, so it'd be sent to me. So yeah, I think that's a good idea, is I can maybe create some forms, some information, do a pet parade page, attach it to the Chimes and Lights page, and then also, of course, get it out on social media. But yeah, let me look at that. I don't think it'd be too difficult.
okay, so it's either going to be the city or POPSA. And I think the city is not a bad idea, but I don't want to compete. If POPSA really wanted to handle that or whatever.
I think it going on the Festival of Chimes and Lights page makes the most sense.
Yes,
Yeah.
I agree.
I mean,
I like it.
And then POBSA, we'll push people that direction, but
Okay,
I do know, Melanie, I mean, I think of most years, I would say the majority of people just show up. You know, you can go for pre-registration, and I know that's helpful, but you know, a lot of people will just bring their dog down. And I don't think there's ever been more than, what, Kathleen, 50 at the most?
Yeah, no, at the most.
At the most, yeah. So I'd say, you know, several dozen to 50 is probably most likely.
Anybody
Mhm.
want to hold my beer while I make this bigger?
Go for it.
So do we
So-
have a number that we do not want to exceed, or does it
No, I don't
matter?
think so.
Okay,
I think as long, what we don't want to have are too nervous of animals or aggressive animals.
oh,
That's
yeah.
really what we don't want to have. We don't like the idea of python snakes, or we want you to keep your goats at home, I think.
No goats. Oh,
no
they love
goats.
a mess.
No,
You're
yeah,
right.
no messy things, and maybe not your goose either.
They have to be on a leash. That's the important part, really. You
Yeah.
leash.
can't put the animal on a leash. I mean, obviously you can put goats on a leash, and
Yeah.
we'd rather not have them, but you
We
know,
had llamas one time, I remember.
we had a
Yeah.
miniature horse too. So
And the miniature horse is actually something that wouldn't be as much of an issue as a llama. When we have crowds, if animals start getting nervous like that, I mean, they can be really scared and aggressive, and a goat can
think-
do some damage.
I think you word it domestic pets.
Okay.
Okay,
wh- because I mean, you know, a llama is not a domestic pet,
No,
but a cat and a dog, and you know,
bunnies, sometimes they have. bunnies.
Parrot.
we've had bunnies several
Yes, they
times.
had parrots.
Yeah, and parrots too. So,
Okay.
but
The thing is, it's almost always wet, cold. So they have to be able to handle all that. They can't be too fussy.
Okay.
yeah,
We
The-
do announce the winner on the main stage. So you've got a challenge of getting those pets judged and get the information to the main stage. We've always said, oh, you know, send it by text. However, a lot of times we haven't been able to get it or read it. It's either too dark or it's raining, or so we have to coordinate getting the winners to be able to announce them.
What if we utilized maybe the Fathoms royalty to,
Yeah, we've done that. That's
Yeah.
great.
That works really well, because if they're down there, and what worked the past couple of years was lining up the pets before the parade in their categories, and then getting them judged, and then the parade happens while the judges are conferring,
yeah,
and then everybody comes back from the parade and the awards are given out at the pet parade. But in the meantime, one of the Fathoms princesses runs to the city hall stage and gives a winner.
Okay, that's excellent. Okay. All right. Well, this is wonderful. And Melanie, thank you so much. That is a huge undertaking. And
no, it's not that big. It's not that big, Melanie.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's just not, no, it's
Spirit.
really hardly.
It's just a
anything.
tiny little.
Nonetheless, we thank you largely. Yes.
Thing.
No one else talked to her about this parade. You understand?
no, I'm
All
excited
right.
to do it. I'm all about it. I just, it went, so, okay, so the first thing is to figure out if we can get a link to pre-sign, because here's the thing, I can put it out. I have 3,000 clients.
Oh. that's
So
amazing, and that's
not everybody's
wonderful.
going to come, obviously. I mean, you might get 2% of that, but even so, it's still, and I'll put a note out to all of my clients, and then I'll also, you know, put it out to the community as well. So we
Cool.
could be a really big turnout, or it really could not. You just never know with people these days. So
And I
And with
can,
the weather, it depends on the weather. so.
Yes, it is all about weather. It really
Yeah.
is. You're right.
and for
Okay.
website.
Anything else for today?
I was just gonna say for the pet parade, for the link in the website, I can actually, I'm gonna start that tomorrow and work on
Okay.
it this week. I am in a conference Thursday afternoon and Friday, but I'll be here all next week. So no matter what, I'll have things completed mid next week, I think, if not earlier. And then what I can do is I'll create the form, the registration form, and then I'll create the page. And then should I send the registration form to you for a quick review to make sure that all the information is there and that's what you guys are looking for
Yeah,
before
that'd be
we
great.
get live to the public? Okay, perfect.
Hey, Corinne,
Yeah,
do you happen to have the old form on file?
I don't know. I was just thinking that, the chamber may have it. Because I was just trying to remember what the categories were. Maybe Kathleen knows what they were more recently. I
If
can't
we
quite
don't have to
remember.
recreate the wheel there, that would be excellent.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll look and see what I've
Update
got
it with what
too.
she wants to do. Yeah.
Yeah. Why don't
Okay.
you look and, maybe I'll ask Matt if he still has anything. I mean, I haven't done it since I left the chamber. So,
Okay.
my daughter might, I don't know.
And I'll look at my files too. I may even have it. But
Okay.
it will be when I get back. So
Okay.
I'll be a bit, yeah. Okay. Oh, wonderful. Melanie, thank you so much, you guys. Oh, Sandy. You're muted, Sandy.
Sorry.
That's okay.
On the hospitality, I noticed we do have a few church groups. Do we know kind of what they're doing? Like when Stroptimus have done it, we've typically done Starbucks coffee, cookies, and candy canes. Is that what you want us to stick to? Do you want to add anything to that? Or
No,
just
that's great.
keep it like that?
We have to have, we have to meet all the health department rules.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah,
And
okay.
as far as cookies, I think they have to be purchased elsewhere kind of thing. They can't be homemade, whatever those.
Well, last time Safeway donated all the cookies and Starbucks donated all the
You know what?
coffee.
Absolutely perfect. That's it. Yeah, that's perfect.
Okay.
Andy, let me ask you this. Would you want to set that up down at the gazebo where Santa's going to be?
Yes.
Well, we could if that's what you want us to do.
Yes. That would actually make sense, you
I
guys.
think that would be a good location.
I
Do
agree.
you well, coffee, that isn't for kids, but candy canes is, so that'd be.
We
Right.
give out candy canes when they come up
True.
to see Santa.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fallon's
And we'll try
gives
to
out
find
candy.
a cider hospitality person to go down there too. I think that's a really important place to have hospitality, you guys.
Yeah.
I really do. Okay, so we'll head a
Okay.
lot of it down that way.
All right.
I think it's gonna have some, near the city hall.
Yeah, before we were there, down from City Hall, as you turned there on that street by the bank. And we did get a lot of people, but if it's up by Santa, you'll get a lot of people too. So a lot of
Okay.
traffic flow,
Right, it would be really nice to have that to look forward to, especially if it's crummy weather.
Yeah. And
when
Cindy,
people
I
get
just
money.
wanted to re-verify. You
Yeah.
want the line for Santa down the wooden boardwalk. Is that correct?
Yes,
Okay, just making sure.
yes. That way, when we talked about with the police, we know they're gonna be safe.
Yeah.
Those are the kids. That's the
Okay.
safest place to be.
Okay.
Just so they don't go jumping over the railing into the water kind of thing.
Yeah, we'll have a couple of A boards set up that say Santa line here.
Yeah,
Okay.
good. Yes, perfect.
okay.
Okay. I think we've touched on so much, and this is great updates. We're moving along beautifully. We'll find out some of this other information to fill in, and we'll get Melanie lined up with a page and the form. So this is wonderful, you guys. I really appreciate it. Our next meeting is in 1 month. And let's see, Jeannie, the date on that was October 12th? When is that?
I think it is October 17th, so the
Oh,
third.
17th.
And then
There
what
we
I
go.
will, what I'll do this time is, and I think I forgot to do it for this meeting, and I apologize, but I'll put the Zoom link in the meeting invitation that I send out through Outlook. That way it's there. I think I just kind of forgot to do it for this one. So yeah, once I create the Zoom meeting and the Outlook meeting, it'll all be combined.
Okay, sounds good. Well, thank you, everybody. Really appreciate it. And we'll see you soon.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay,
Bye.
goodbye.
Hey, you all.
Bye, Rita.
Bye. Take care. Tell your mom hi.
I will, and I'll see you when I get home.
Good. I'll look forward to it.
Okay, bye-bye.
Aye.